Well, so far, all coming together slowly. And Nick, just for the record, it's all going to be finished. Plenty of time to spare. Track testing available. And Steve, have we scrapped the fuel tank plan?
Yes.
So we're just going to run with the catch tank.
The testing won't be very long stints.
Okay. Here we are. Workers' Day, Labor Day, May 1. Due to be racing Friday next week, allegedly, Steve. Don't panic, it's all fine, there's plenty of time. Have you resolved the spring
Issue we resolved,
well
shock
done.
absorber issue we resolved.
Well done.
Now we're resolving the engine builder's issues.
The engine builder?
Yeah.
No dear, what's the engine builder's issues?
Because you did the engine without any PTFE or locked hydraulic sealant and sent properly.
No dear. I see we've got an MSD unit here, which is a good sign, Nick. And the dashboard.
Right, those need to try.
Woo-hoo.
Your car is looking spectacular.
Yeah.
It's a Phoenix now.
No, well, in fact, they say, all cars that burnt get called a Phoenix, so it's a bit hackneyed. So Rob Cooch is writing a story for Octane magazine. He calls it the Flaming Sambuca.
The Flaming Sambuca.
Flaming Sambuca.
And very roughly, on the way back from Simola, it burnt out.
Yeah, 2017 on the way back from the hill climb, just outside Sedgefield. One of the 6 cars on the transporter caught on fire. It set all the others on fire. And this whole thing burnt. It was terrible. Oh my God. Probably one of the worst days of my racing life, for sure.
But over the last couple of years, you've sourced parts from all over the world. And you're back.
Exactly. We bought a new tub in Santa Ana, California. Been sitting in somebody's loft for 15 years. I tracked him down somehow, got hold of him, bought it, bought a whole lot of parts from England, and then Steve Humble at Harp Motorsport. They started in January, and they've been working absolutely 24/7 on this car. Last week, the holiday, Thursday they worked, Friday they worked, Saturday they worked, Monday the holiday they worked, and we got it down off the trestles at 11 o'clock on Tuesday night. First time it stood on 4 wheels in 5 years. Took it to the dyno, couldn't get it to rev past 7, 8, but we had to come. So we loaded it, brought extra parts, fixed it yesterday in the pits. So it still hasn't turned a wheel in anger, but they've done every last rivet restoration. It is beautiful. It's like jewelry.
It's a stunning build. But now.
Well, I haven't driven it in anger yet. So when we get to the line, that'll be the first time I sit in the car. Steve jokingly said to me yesterday, he's driven it 50 meters from the pits to the dyno and back. So he's got a whole lot more meters in this car than I have.
Well, good luck. We'll talk to you during the day.
Brilliant. Thanks, Colin.
He's pushed it out the ball.
That is very, very quick.
was in that on the truck where it burnt, and they've rebuilt it.
What was wrong with the launch?
No, the launch, I blew the launch, I'm afraid. I've got the new sticky tyres on, and I just wasn't quite sure how they worked, so hopefully the next one will be a bit better. But, we did a 52 the first run, a 47 the second, a 46 now. So
If you keep chipping it away,
yeah. If they give me 11 quali runs, I'll get there eventually.
you've got another 2 quali runs, then a class final.
Yes.
But your 2 quali, you've got to get into the top 10 to get into the final in your quali run.
Yeah, I do. No, I've got a bit of work to do here. But let's say for a car that only ever turned a wheel this morning for the first time on a track, it's doing just fine.
Driver's reasons, I call them.
No, exactly right. No, it's solid excuses.
Okay, what's he doing to the thing?
It's still a bit loose at the top. I just not got enough grip at the rear. So we're actually going to disconnect the anti-roll bar at the rear now. Try and soften up the rear a bit more and see if that gives us a bit more back grip.
So let's have a look here. You're already on full soft adjustment over there. So next step is take one link off.
Just take the anti-roll bar off completely, yeah. But I mean, look at the way these cars are built. Each piece is jewelry, isn't it? It's just magnificent.
It's quite spectacular and a privilege to work on and a privilege to drive.
Oh, they're beautiful to drive. I mean, honestly, it just feels, it's got that that little buzz you get when you get into a car sometimes. And that's why we do this. We do this to pull the ladies.
Let's have a look at this march. The way they made them is quite spectacular. Aluminium skins riveted onto bulkheads. So you've got a bulkhead over here, and then another one down there, steel roll bars. Look at the workmanship on this thing. It is just quite spectacular. The riveting, the lovely aluminium work. I touch this with reverence because racing cars, because things of beauty, the gear lever, the gear shift. For those of you youngsters, back in the day, drivers changed gears with a thing called a gear lever through a shaft into a dog box Hewland. Some of them were dogs, some of them were boxes. They were absolutely beautiful. The steel work, the 1600 cc's of Ford's finest BDA, belt-driven assembly. Here's the belt, 2 camshafts. These things are absolutely priceless. Little, Steve, 40 DCOEs? 45 DCOEs on this one, Steve says. It is a work of art, is it not?
Yeah, the solid riveting is a very time-consuming thing to do. It takes, you could put 4 or 5 pop rivets in the time it takes to put one solid rivet in.
But solid rivets is the real deal.
Solid rivets are the real deal. I mean, they're aircraft spec, is how aircraft were put together. Technically, the Marches, they were customer cars, so they were built to a price. But if you specify the solid riveting, you could have the solid riveting. You paid extra for it, but and Charles desperately wanted that on the car. The other car was like that before its untimely demise. So, yeah, we did all that for him. There's certain places you just can't reach to put solid rivets in, and and even then, the pop rivets are not your common garden from Builder's Warehouse pop rivets. They are graded.
And this ran as a Formula Atlantic car, am I right?
This ran as a Formula Atlantic car, yes.
1600, wings, slicks, lightweight, Hewland box generally, and proper. There was the Ford, the Alfa, BMW.
So the majority were Ford Cosworth BDAs. They evolved the Formula 2s into the BMW engine, the M12 engine. But as Atlantics, no, the vast majority were all Ford engines. In South Africa, yes, they went to the rotary engines, which
Sad day that was, but it kept the series alive.
It kept the series alive. They were cheaper to build compared to rebuilding one of these, and they made more power. So yeah, the gearboxes, familiar Hewland FT200, the staple of Hewland's design from the late 60s, and you can still buy from Classic Hewland a brand new box now. So from Hewland's point of view, they made very nicely out of these boxes. And they're, as you say, H-pattern gearbox, gear stick, dog leg first, but you look after them and they're pretty robust.
And they give a really, really quick change when you do it right.
When you do it right, yes.
It does need the cooperation of the driver.
It needs the cooperation of the driver, but not the clutch on the way up. You don't use the clutch. It actually slows it down. It's better for the gearbox not to use it.
Beautiful stuff. Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you.
You get penalized.
You get disqualified.
Disqualified.
So you're out of it. So you're going to be pinpoint without touching it. And it's so difficult because they're so...
Which is completely rebuilt. It is virtually a new motor car. It is a piece of absolute art. It is totally magnificent. Then
what a noise.
Music to our ears. Let's actually just enjoy it.
Charles Arton heading up in his March 79B Cosworth powered March. What do you think, Sasha?
I'm in heaven.
Is he?
This is just heaven to me. I mean, you know, you make a mixtape for me of car sounds. I'm more than happy. Okay.
Charles Arton has absolutely laid down the gauntlet here with 3 cars to go. He goes faster by almost 1.5 seconds with a 44.763 in his March. That is the time to beat.
Charles Arton, we
Yes.
live with a whole bunch of people. Congratulations. Let's go just walk closer to this this beauty, this work of art that is absolutely fantastic.
No, it's been great.
What a run.
Oh, so the best run of the day. Did a 44. I've been aiming for that the whole time. You know, when I won it in 2015 in this car, did it in a 45. So my objective was to beat that time. And we just came down. First run was a 52. You know, then I can't remember, a 47, then a 45, another 45, and then finally at the end of the day a 44. I'm so happy. It's been a great day. This doesn't get much more fun than this, I can tell you. It's fantastic.
Is that dust in your eye or a gentle tear?
A little moisture. Oh, I got something caught in my eye there, but yeah, no, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, it really is. And also tribute to these guys who put this car together. You know, from the middle of January to now, this thing was nothing but rivets and pieces of metal lying around in the workshp. And
it's magnificent.
Look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy. No, it really has been a great day.
Charles, congratulations.
By a donkey.
The joy from Charles Arton there, Chiro, it doesn't matter what age you are, to just see his just love and enjoyment from achieving what he achieved. It's just so warming.
It's an emotional high. It really is. It can be quite overwhelming, actually. It's something I experienced last year, and I hope one day to experience again. It's a feeling which buries itself quite deep inside you, and it's something that you will just never forget. And Charles had a wonderful run there up the hill. I mean, he was significantly faster than the 4th place as well, and the rest of the competitors. And I think when everything comes together, the car comes together, your drive comes together, the weather's playing ball, the track's playing ball. There's not many feelings better than that, I think, especially if you're a racing driver. So congrats to the top 3 there. Thanks for putting on a wonderful show for us.
Yeah.